Well, David, there's so many things to talk about with you and your role at the city of Omaha. And when's the last time that Omaha did a master plan? It was, I want to say 97, and then you did another one, didn't you?
It was in the mid-90s.
Okay.
Yep, that's the last time we have done a comprehensive overall master plan for the city. Yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned that. You've probably heard that we are embarking on a new venture, and we're starting the wheels in motion to redo our master plan. With support.
I actually did not know that.
Oh, well, here you go.
I want to be on some. Can I be on some charrettes?
We can add you to some groups. We've got a lot of people, so a lot of it is obviously we're just getting started. But you jack around and joke about the charrettes, but it's going to be a very robust public engagement process as part of this master plan update. The mayor thinks it's a good idea. She's been supportive, obviously. I'm going to hire some new staff next year, and we're going to get rolling.
Did you have a staph infection or something?
Well, interjection, I should say.
Okay.
So, it's been mid-90s. That's not to say that it's been a stagnant document. We've added elements.
Right.
We've updated elements. We've done, as the market has shown us that, we needed to adapt. So we've done quite a few revisions to the master plan, but not an overall comprehensive revision to it.
I always laugh when people, because they don't have anything to compare to apparently, but when people talk about the process of replatting or rezoning or getting something waived or whatever, and they talk about it takes a while at the city, and I have friends around the country, they would kill for what your process is and how fast things get done. I mean, even a major project, I'm thinking 3 to 4 months on most of them.
Yeah, so we have those conversations all the time. So my staff goes to dozens of meetings with developers, their representatives, homeowners, citizens, whoever might want to do something in Omaha. It's striking to me that when people come from outside the city of Omaha, say Chicago, the coast or something, and want to do a project, and we tell them our timeline, that from start to finish, 9-10 months tops, and that's from raw farm ground to filing a final plat with the Register of Deeds. It's quick.
Yeah, and they're amazed.
They are amazed, and we go back to the planning board and that packet of information we hand those folks. That obviously most of that goes on to city council. It's pretty efficient. It's real efficient.
Like Heinz came in to do the Conagra campus, and national home builders have finally come back in, even though Celebrity is the best one and they do amazing work. There's still, I have my favorites, and but we're seeing more and more developers come here, and it keeps those folks at Noddle Company sharp and doing the best projects too, and they're all over the place. But let me go ahead.
Let me talk for a minute. So part of that development process is the entitlement process, right? First pre-app meeting to, like I said, filing that plat or getting city council final approval. It doesn't end there, though. So once somebody gets what they want, there's the permit process. And I'll tell you, the last 10 years, we've revolutionized that part of the department and the customer service that we provide. We accept everything digital now. So plans being submitted for building permits, everything's digital, everything's recorded. It's so smooth, and it's so good. Our turnaround time for single-family homes is less than 2 weeks, and that, if I say 2 weeks, that is the max.
Wow.
So it's less than that.
So residential plans get approved within 2 weeks?
Yes. And I would say office, commercial, multifamily, if we get everything we need and it's a clean submittal and we're not doing back and forth with the architect or developer, about 4 weeks.
Eric England, Michael Carter.
They rock. They're great. I have a great staff. Eric's great, Mike's great, and there's a lot of people in the department who are very supportive and do a really good job. Yeah. I was there. I stopped in the office this morning, and there were a few of them floating around. So
let me guess.
7 o'clock on a Saturday morning, there's planning department staff in the office.
Let me guess. Dave Fanslau has been planning director for 10 years.
7.
Okay.
A little over 7.
I thought you were taking credit for the getting that thing spotless. But so the hot buttons right now are urban core, streetcar, Mutual of Omaha
Sure.
tower. Give us kind of an update what's going on there and before we go to break.
Well, yeah, so drive downtown, you'll see the Mutual of Omaha tower coming out of the ground. Everybody knows that they're going to move from their Midtown headquarters to downtown. $600 million project, right? So that's great for the city and for Mutual and for all their employees. And then, they're going to vacate their campus. So what does that become?
Is there any talks on who's going to do that? I know I've heard rumors, but do you think that'll be multiple developers?
Yes, there have been talks, and yes, I do know the rumors. I don't know who's all going to be involved, but it's going to be a prime piece of property to be redeveloped.
Do you think they can save most of those buildings, or do you think some of those will come down?
Well, it depends on the users. My gut tells me that some of them will come down. I'm not sure how many.
It is not inexpensive.
It would be hard to repurpose, in my opinion, a few of their existing office buildings into something different than office.
Right.
I mean, it's not. They're building a new headquarters. It's dated office. It's probably really hard to retrofit those into new uses.
So that will be along the streetcar route.
It will, yeah.
And so give us an idea of the streetcar. What should people know about the streetcar? It should be open and going around in 2026?
Yeah, about 26, maybe 27.
Okay.
Right. So, I sit on the streetcar authority with 6 other members of city staff, metro staff, and of course the head of the streetcar authority. But yeah, so we're programming. We are Public Works is going to be heavily involved. It's a public transportation infrastructure project, so obviously that falls within Public Works' realm. People might have noticed a few weeks ago they started what they called potholing. And I know that's a bad word in this city because of all the potholes we get.
It's really investigation, right? Underground.
Yeah, so drilling down into the subsurface to find out more specific utility locations. So work has already begun, and so we're excited about it. Yeah.
Awesome. We got so much more to talk about with Dave Fanslau, Planning Director, also a City Council member in the lovely city of Papillion, Nebraska. There's a gentleman that just passed away at age 89. He was actually one of my neighbors, and I'm friends with his son, Joel, at First National Bank. He's a lender, great guy. Jim Jansen from Kenner, Nebraska, he was a developer, 150 homes in the West Fair Acres, which is by Burke High School, 120th to 127th Street, really an upscale area, and also 200 acres in the Old Mill Office Park area. And after he was a prolific and successful developer, Jim Jansen went on and served in the legislature 12 years, 1994 to 2006. And I met him a couple times, and just a sweet guy. I know that he kind of predates both of us.
Yeah.
But I wish his family the best in their time of sorrow, and I know that they'll have great memories of Jim Jansen. So rest in peace, my friend, and thank you for your contributions. He's the father-in-law of
Jim was the father-in-law of the city's finance director, Steve Curtis.
Excellent.
So Steve Curtis and his wife Jill are good friends of ours, and yeah, I never got to meet Jim, but obviously I know Steve and Jill well, and yeah, we wish them the best, and I believe the services are Monday.
So thank you, Jim. Data centers. Everybody hears about data centers. Now, Omaha is finally getting a piece of the action in a big way. And Omaha proper doesn't have a lot, and your zoning jurisdiction doesn't have a lot of industrial ground left. And it seems like that Blair High Road, Highway 133, is where the industrial is going. Yeah. And out at Highway 133 and State Street is Google. It's got to be 300 acres, and they might be growing it and stuff like that. Tell us about that project and how that came about with the city.
Yeah, they approached us a few years back, and it was one of those deals when they first come in, they don't want to tell you who they are and what they're going to do. But
was there a project name?
I think it was Project Blue Sky.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. We get all these.
So Yahoo in 2008 was Cowbell, which was the best.
Yeah. So, they come in, and it didn't take us too long to figure out that it was probably a data center, and we did our little research, and we probably knew the Google name before it was publicly announced. But yeah, they are in full development mode out there. They're grading. I'm not sure if they're put up any structures. I know PPD is going to put a substation up there to support that data center, just like they have down in Papillion and probably over in Council Bluffs as well. But yeah, it's pretty massive, and it's moving along.
And you said that Mayor Stothert said that Omaha is like the biggest footprint of data centers anywhere.
Yeah, we've got the biggest biggest presence of the cloud here in the metro area in the world.
So Omaha, and then not to mention they're not data centers, but out at 72nd and State, Amazon has a big last mile distribution center.
Right.
I think that's in operation now.
I believe it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Google alone has like maybe 1,100 acres or more. They're buying more just south of Council Bluffs. Mm-hmm. They've got your hometown, Papillion. There's so much going on, and let's go over to Papillion because you've lived there for 25 years, and Papillion seems to be getting the data center central. I mean, you've got Facebook, which is probably on phase 7 or something like that. They built a private highway bridge.
They did, to connect the two sites from east to west.
Over Highway 50.
Correct.
You've got Google. You've got, what was the insurance company? Travelers Insurance up there. Is that FedEx in your jurisdiction too? I
believe so.
That's huge.
Yeah. So all those data centers came on before I was involved real deep in Papillion. But yeah, there's a big footprint of data centers, obviously, along Highway 50.
But Omaha has finally come into its own for big industrial warehouses. R&R has built a bunch of those, a couple different campuses. There's some other competitors that are up there that are building nice warehouses. And that market, basically, we've gone from like $4 when I started 30 years ago per square foot for rent, just to give you a comparison, to about over $8 on some of these because
double.
They're so expensive to build. But it's 30 years, and so.
I'll jump in real quick. Yeah, everything's kind of secular, right? So we built a whole bunch of industrial decades ago, and now it's that's some of that's dated. Some of the users want higher ceilings, bigger bays. So it's industrial's really picked up.
Anything else we should know about Papillion?
It's just like Omaha. It's busy. There's a lot going on in Papillion. I like to say that Papillion benefits from Omaha, and Omaha benefits from Papillion and the surrounding communities. So I think the two cities play well together. They both support. Here in Omaha, we have a lot of the venues that a lot of the other surrounding communities come to visit. You go to the zoo, you go to the ballpark, you go to the Quest Center, you go to the Gileson's Museum. Everything that we have here going on in Omaha benefits Papillion, and obviously the population base in Papillion benefits Omaha. And
thank you to Mayor David Black in Papillion, who does a wonderful job.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.